Hey YouTubers, I was just watching the news and watching them do their NATO coverage, and President Obama and all the other dignitaries landed at O'Hare Airport and that kind of thing. Steady stream of them from yesterday and today, that kind of thing. And I noticed that they were showing the downtown area. Now I'm born and raised in the Chicagoland area, and I know that usually the Chicago Police Department is a lot more tougher when it comes down to citizens of certain degrees communities, meaning the black community. Now, there have been protests over the years in our community where we've tried to go out and march or voice our opinion, displeasure about certain things. And the city of Chicago have always, or the police department has always found a way to stop us. Now, usually when Reverend Jackson is out or somebody famous comes to Chicago and they take part in a march with Reverend Jackson with certain groups, they don't fuck with us, because they don't want that negative image going around that, the Chicago Police Department, they still up to the old no good tricks. Excuse me. So I'm watching the coverage. I'm seeing all these white folk, and half of them don't even live in the Chicagoland area. Half of them never walk to some of the communities they marching in and causing unrest. They fighting police officers, and these fuckers are not being manhandled or pushed back. Now, last year, if y'all didn't hear or remember across the country, but I know here they talked about it, you had these kids going to stores with a smash and grab. And the business owners on the Magnificent Mile and in downtown area was bitching and moaning. Within 2 weeks, they squashed that shit. Within 2 weeks, they put their foot down. Now, tonight, you got a lot of Chicago police officers. You got FBI, CIA, Secret Service, some state police on extra duty. You got some from other municipalities around the Chicagoland area and even out of state in that area to provide security and make sure nothing go wrong. Because you got the Cubs game was just going on. You got other events around the city of Chicago, the downtown area, whatnot. Where are all the police officers being taken from? See, this is what I'm talking about. We don't get angry. Now, we've often heard stories about the Million Man March, how everybody was waiting for something to happen, that many black men. Nothing happened. There was no arrest, no nothing. These fuckers come here and they do all kinds of dirty shit. We've seen on the news where there have been championship games or people went over, turning over cars, burning shit. Media talks about it, maybe show a second clip. But if we do something, and a lot of times it'd be one fool or it'd be somebody who lived outside the community or somebody not even black cause something. People talking about this shit for days. Here it is, every time we talk about the 1960s, they bring up the riots. They'll never tell you how the riots got started or if they truly were riots. Remember when Sandusky and Baton, all that shit happened at, what's that, whatever school the college that is? They were flipping cars, tearing up shit, burning shit. Media talked about it, 1, maybe 2 days, if that. Ain't heard nothing since about it. But young black men are treated and rounded up when they decide we're going to stand up and march, or black women stand they're going to march, or just the black community. Chicago police round you up, break it up. You can't do this. You can't break it up in our communities. But you got people with Occupy Wall Street that was pulling this shit before. You got all across the country living in parks and shit. We can't do that, and we pay taxes. You got these 3 fools from Florida come up and decide they want to try to hurt somebody, attack President Obama campaign headquarters, set a police officer fire, throw a Molotov cocktail at the Ninth District Police Department. Our state's prosecutor, attorney, just read the charges off. They're from Florida. What would it like me from being from Chicago, going to Florida and doing that shit? You think they would treat me with clear cause domestic terrorism, They've been making front page news. They've been breaking in. I can see it, CNN, Fox, MSNBC. Here it is. You got some handkerchief heads out here marching with these people, but don't march with their own. This remember the Occupy Wall Street shit. People out there marching this shit and don't know what they're marching. And yet blacks for years have talked about the conditions of health care, jobs, outsourcing, crime, violence, discrimination. And everybody like, poo-poo, yeah, whatever. See, it seems to me only when some white persons start to catch their nigger moments and everybody take notice. This is why I say we got to vote at a local level and a state level. not just at a national level. I mean, think about the times where blacks have tried to go out in their community and march, and police and stuff have treated us like criminals in our own community. But you have people come outside the community, even just making disruptions and do things. They push them away. They give them misdemeanors to just arrest them, keep them in jail overnight, and release them on an I-bond or something. We should be outraged that here it is. We live in these areas, and people can push us out or to control what we do and say. Where were these people at when blacks was getting evicted from their homes, or when blacks are being misused, or companies are leaving out, or gentrifying our communities? Where are they at? They worry about NATO. Half these fuckers don't even know what NATO stands for, or even know why they protesting. They just want to be a part of something. This is why I said we as black men, and I'm talking about we as black men, got to step it up. We got to stop putting people in check. And if that means we got to deal with some of our own black men and put them in their place, and y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, then we got to do it. Because we didn't let the idiots take over the asylum. We didn't let people with questionable behaviors tell us what we should do or become the face and voice of our community. I am so sick and tired of turning on the news and seeing the double standards. Here it is, we lived in our community. Some of us are 40, 50, 60 years, been predominantly black. Now in the last decade, they've been gentrified. We've been pushed out of our community. When we protest and try to get some recourse, we're dismissed. This is why I tell black folk, don't let some celebrity come in and tell you who to march for. Don't let some president tell you who to vote for. I mean, it's sad. I mean, I'm watching these fools. I mean, they fighting the police. I mean, if those are black people, they would have been either shot or been knocked on their ass. I mean, just think about the sporting events where people have blown up shit, flipped cars, set things on fire, property damage. They don't replay that shit over and over again. But when they was talking about the Rodney King anniversary 2 weeks ago, they made sure they were showing that Reginald Denny got hit by these two idiots. But they didn't tell you what started. They tried to glance over that. They didn't tell you the whole story. They didn't show the images of people with shotguns shooting black people willy-nilly, or show the other ethnicities that was went along and broke shit. They destroyed our community. They didn't talk about the gentrification when that riots happened, the blacks got pushed out of their communities. This is why I tell brothers and sisters, learn your history, control your dollar.